Inhale smoke, let it rise to the sky. Flowing high, feeling so alive. Roll it up tight, spark it up bright. Leave your worries behind, take flight. Riding on clouds, feeling so free. Lost in the haze, just you and me. Smoke in the air, we're in our zone. Living in the moment, never alone. Passing around, in a circle we go. Sharing stories, letting our minds flow. Time slows down in a tranquil state. Every puff bringing a new escape. We're riding on clouds.
We good? Mic test 1 2. Mic test 1 2. Yep. All right. Gotta love technical difficulties. I used to stress about them a little more, and then I started seeing Joe Rogan have them all the time, so I started stressing about them a lot less.
Yeah.
And now I listen to Hot 109 have them like constantly all day, so I'm like, oh fuck it, dude.
Yeah.
I ain't even tripping on it. Fuck. So how's your day going?
It's been a day, brother.
That rain came out of nowhere. I was expecting it to be nice all day.
And my dog was outside, so when I got home, she was drenched.
I know. I looked over and she's all peeking over the fence, and I'm all, damn, bro. Hard knock life there.
Yeah.
All right. So, dude, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, what do you want to know?
So we know that your stage name is Chevy Walker. I'd seen you posted on Facebook that you had switched over to strictly using your stage name.
Yeah.
What's your actual name?
Josh.
Josh? Mm-hmm. I'd have never guessed that. Where does Chevy come from?
Okay, so actually behind my house, there's a red Camaro sitting there. The backstory behind that is, well, I grew up with Camaros. My dad just had Camaros. And so it was probably junior year, it was like 16, 17. And I didn't have like, we had a bunch of cars I would drive around, but nothing permanent. And then I had a Valentine's Day date, and my dad's like, just take the Camaro. I was like, okay. All right, cool. Yeah, so went on the date, had a blast, pressed the girl with the car, whoop-de-doo. And
right.
Then, well, I got home, handed my dad the keys. He's like, it's yours now. I was like, what? No. He's like, yeah, no, it's yours. My dad actually won the first Camaro, the New Age body style, in 2010 when it came out from Fitchner Chevrolet at the time in Laurel. They did a giveaway, so And they drew his fucking name, and
Fuck,
he won the
that's
car.
a lucky draw right there.
Yeah. So he had one on backup, and when I got home from that date, he gave me the car, and that car was the time of my life growing up with it. You know, me and my
Right.
homies would just do everything in it and just race and just
That first car is always the time of the life.
Yeah, bro. And so I had a homie. I don't know if you know Chris Idy from Anonymous Identity. They were a big hip hop group in Billings.
I remember the name. I've seen his concert when he was in town. I'm pretty sure I got the tickets from him.
Yeah, probably. He went on tour with Chris Webby and whatnot. That was sick.
Yeah.
But I ended up working with him when I was over at Pierce RV, and he got me hooked up with like Connor Lorenz, and he just kind of helped guide my career a little bit or
Right.
get me started. And he's like, dude, you need to come up with a stage name. And I was like, okay, because at the time I was just going by Walker. But Walker's like super generic. There's so
Right.
many Walkers. He's like, just think of something that like is relevant to you. And I was like, well, fuck, dude, I've just been a Chevy Camaro guy my whole life. So I thought Chevy Walker sounded better than Camaro Walker.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree.
Yeah, so just because it came from my car.
Hey, what's up, Shell? How's your Friday going? So, see, yeah, when she was asking me what your name was, I was all, it's Chevy, but I'm not sure if it's spelt like the car.
Yeah. Maybe one day I'll get a sponsorship from Chevy.
Hey, that'd
Who
be
knows?
dope.
Yeah.
That'd be super dope.
Yeah.
So how long have you been making music?
I've been making music a long time. My dad had my first guitar when I was 7. I didn't start playing until I was 9. And the only reason I started playing is because I saw my dad teaching my mom how to play guitar. I was like, what the hell? Why don't I learn how to play the damn guitar? So,
Right.
so basically, I picked it up when I was 9 and just off to the races. I've been doing it my whole life, but professionally, I'd say started in 2021. But backstory. I've been doing it a long time. My first band I started when I was 18. I was in a rock band called Overcoming the Odds for 5 years, and then after it was kind of like a soft punk. It almost reminded people of like classic rock, but
Right.
it was like with a modern touch. And then after that, I got in another group, and it was like a Deftones punk band. We did that for 2 years. That didn't work out. Both bands didn't work out after a while. 5 years, 2 years. Played a handful of shows with both bands
I
here.
mean,
and
that's
there.
usually how it goes. Everybody got a different life to live, and
Yeah.
I feel like garage bands, they last, but they don't.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah. Because the first one didn't work. Well, yeah, after 5 years, the first one was over. Second one didn't work out after a while. All good people. And then I went solo under the name Walker. I put out my first music video with my first single. It was called The Devil's Satisfaction at the time. It was a pretty intense song. It was cool. And then I don't know how it ended up happening, but this rapper named Jesse Saxta, I don't know if you know Jesse.
I feel like I do.
Yeah, the Saxta brothers in town, they've been popular because of music. Anyways, I like
I'm really bad with names. I'm really
good with faces.
really good with faces. Terrible with
I
names.
totally get it. But yeah, no, he hit me up. I used to party with him in high school and stuff, and I always respected his hustle and his rhyme and flow. And he just hit me up one night. He's like, I saw your music video. We should link. I was like, all right, cool, yeah. He came to my house, and we wrote 3 songs together the first night we met. And we formed a band called Smokey and the Passengers, which was actually very weed related. His Smokey was his little dash hound. And we were his passengers. But basically, what happened was we formed our group, and we played together at my house-based practice for 3 months straight. Where I played guitar, like acoustic guitar, and sang, and he rapped. So it just flowed really good. And then Connor put us on the Afro Man show here in town, and yeah, we just went out and fucking killed it, and it was really fun. And then Afro Man asked us to finish the tour with him. And
Connor's definitely a good connection to have in the music industry.
yeah, especially for hip hop. Like,
Yeah.
I had been in rock for 7 years, and like I knew like rock in Billings is great, and there's a lot of bands that are actually starting to make it, which is dope. but it takes a long time. And then when you
Yeah.
meet people like Connor, he just gets you connected. Mm-hmm. And as long as you do good business, which I always have.
And he's just spent his whole life getting connections because he wanted to start that club.
Yeah. So shout out to Connor because he put me on tour, me and Jesse on tour with Afro Man. And then after that, I went solo because after tour, it just was too much for him. And I just been connected with all the hip hop. I did hip hop for like a year or two. And then I just saw what MGK was doing with like pop punk rock. I was like pretty much combining hip hop and rock. And I was like, well, fuck,
Right.
dude, I can do that. I've been doing those two genres the last few years. So, yeah, I would say
I've seen a couple of artists do that. Like, have you ever heard of Futuristic?
Yes.
Fire
dope.
artist.
Saw him live at Rapping the Rivers a few years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's the one I missed, and I'm fucking sad I missed it, dude. Like,
It was crazy.
literally, my number one fucking favorite artist. He got me through some of my darkest times.
Oh, hell yeah.
I seen him in concert at the pub station. Got fucking photos with him, autograph. I rep WTF gang all day, every day.
Fuck yeah, dog.
But
That's sick.
when he switched over to doing that like pop rock,
Yeah.
I was just kind of like, and then I started hearing it, and I'm just like, oh shit, this shit fire.
I didn't even know he did that. I just knew he did hip hop. So
Yeah.
I might check that out.
What the fuck is the name of the song? I'll have to think of it. Oh, right here. Hey, you want to mute the mics real quick?
I'm trying to incorporate more like rap like that into it. But I well, basically I'll just backtrack a little bit. So last year I put out a music video for the song called Ride or Die on YouTube on Valentine's Day.
I remember seeing that release.
Yeah, and it just exploded. It was like 50,000 views. I don't know what it's at now, but yeah, we hit 50,000 views, and that was pretty fucking sick. And then people started taking me seriously, and I just trying to build the solo brand for Chevy Walker. You know?
Right off that momentum.
Yeah, and it's been great, man. Fucking, it's just continued to get better and better because I've just been consistent. I mean, overall, I'd say professionally, I've been trying to do, I'd say 12 years. 18 to, I'm 30 now, so yeah, 12 years.
I turned 30 in July.
Yeah. Big 3-0, dog.
Yeah, I keep telling people, no, I'm not turning 30. I'm 21 with 9 years experience.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Fuck yeah. But yeah, I've been doing music pretty much my whole life, but I've been trying to develop and make it in the industry for about 12 years, and I'm glad I didn't give up because it keeps getting better.
It's hard.
Yeah,
It takes time.
yeah.
Somebody once told me that it takes 10 years to perfect a craft,
Yeah.
and after that is when you actually start doing something with it.
Yeah, no, that's true as fuck, dude.
Like with comedians, it takes you 10 years to learn that craft, and when you hit that 10-year mark, you will see the difference.
and it's a night and day difference because that's true. That's so true. I read the book called Mastery. I can't remember who it's by. Something Green, but he spoke the whole time like 10. It was like a 10-year process the whole time, and then once you get to that 10 years, shit actually starts happening for you, and it sure as hell has for me, and I'm really grateful for it.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, really, it's just up from here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going on my first solo tour this year, so
Yeah. So when does that tour start?
it starts in July 11th. It's like a mini tour. It's just July 11th through the 13th. But we're gonna be doing Bozeman, Twin Falls, Idaho, and Salem, Oregon.
Ooh, so you are going out of state.
So I'm getting out of state. Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, facts, dude. It's
You leave the day after the Chris Webby concert.
I know, dude. I'm gonna grab my tickets this week.
Dude.
'Cause,
Did you look at the prices on all those?
yeah, general admission was like $53 a pop.
Did you see the VIP experience?
It's like $165 a pop.
Mm,
No.
no, that's VIP.
Oh.
There's VIP and then VIP experience.
Huh.
The VIP experience is $350.
Damn.
Yeah, I think
I
I'm gonna buy
wonder.
it.
You should. That'd be sick.
Because you get photos, autographs, chill time before the show.
You'll probably be hanging with them like backstage and stuff too, and in between sets. And he's bringing Echo with him, and I opened for Echo last year, and I've talked to him in person a couple. He messaged me back on fucking Instagram. Like,
I got to see Echo when
cool.
he was in town with him last time. And
me too. Yeah, that's when I discovered Echo.
such a dope. I discovered Echo when he had like first started slightly becoming popular, when he was just releasing like one song every like year.
Yeah. Okay.
So that was like his thing, is he would release a song and then he'd go ghost. And then release another song and go ghost.
Well, that does. He's learned a lot. He's not like that anymore. I follow
Yeah.
him pretty closely on social and trying to kind of mimic his career because he's doing it right. I just like what he's doing. So he's really good with content. He's really good with interacting. I mean, he's full
Yeah,
time.
he makes
He's
some
full
really
time
good
in it
music.
now, but he's been touring with people forever. You know, it's taken him a long time too.
Yeah.
But like, he's legit. Like, it's cool when I get to see him in person. It's like he actually remembers me and shit.
Hey, good point. Don't forget to pass.
Puff puff pass, pal.
What's up, Dallas? How's work going? He says, hopefully be by in the morning. Sounds good. You're welcome to stop by after work, too, if you want. Shit, I was going to say something before I looked over at those.
We were talking about Echo.
Oh, fuck, I can't remember. You said you opened for him, though?
Yeah.
Have you opened for any other big names?
Yeah. Wi-Fi's Funeral, if you know who that is, it's a rapper. We went to a Bozeman show, and Billings pretty much took over the show, and it
Damn.
was so sick.
That's dope.
Wi-Fi's Funeral was like, it was 2 hours late to his set, and like all the Bozeman people, he only had like 2 or 3 Bozeman openers, and then for some reason we brought the whole squad, like everybody in hip hop. It was like Big Rook, Chris Ness, Astro, Brock, me, everybody that was doing music at the time. And then we just went there and we were the show. It was fucking awesome.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And then Wi-Fi's Funeral shows up and like does 3 songs and calls it a night and pisses everybody off. It was hilarious.
Oh, damn.
But and then I opened for, before he died, Aaron Carter of all people.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
That's dope.
It was sick.
I actually just found... I feel like I heard about that when it had happened, but then I forgot about it, and I actually just heard about that again the other day, so I was like, oh, fuck, I didn't know that happened.
He died 2 months after I opened for him.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was wild. His show was dope too. I mean, it was
I bet.
mostly females.
Oh,
You know, they
definitely.
were fangirling the fuck out of him, but he rocked that shit, dude. And he didn't play "I Love Candy" till, or I want candy" till the very end, and the whole crowd was just in it, you know.
Oh,
But
definitely,
he also
bro. That's
played
the
like
OG.
this, like it was like a piano / xylophone / DJ something. It was like a crazy machine, and he was just tearing it up, bro. I didn't even know he played instruments or anything, so it was really cool to see that.
A lot of those big name artists surprise people with that because they don't ever play instruments, and then all of a sudden they have an instrument in their hand.
Yeah, facts.
But I mean, once you're a big name, you can actually spend the money on fucking lessons and shit.
Yeah,
So
no,
so you never know if they actually knew how to do it or if they just learned how to do it recently.
facts. No, yeah. Yeah, I've taught a few people how to play guitar.
Do you play any other instruments?
I don't. I can play the bass just because I can play the guitar. I'm not coordinated enough to play the drums.
I feel like you don't even got to be coordinated for that. You just
Yeah, I know, but you gotta like understand rhythm and timing like to a whole nother level if you
Yeah.
actually want to be good. I can
True.
get behind a drum set and keep up, but like then you get a real drummer and it's like I shouldn't even be back here.
Dude, some of those drum solos are insane.
Yeah, dude.
My cousin, I think he played like 4 or 5 different instruments.
Really?
Yeah, he could play the keyboard, the fucking guitar, drums. Oh, I feel like he could play 2 more that I just can't think of right now. But he was really good on the guitar. You know the flamingo that they do in like Spain?
Yeah.
He was able to do that.
That's nuts.
Yeah, because that shit's fast.
That shit's a whole nother level, bro. Like,
Yeah, he went to Spain. I think it was his senior year of high school and came back and knew how to play that.
wow.
That was all. Most normal people don't go to Spain and just come back knowing how to play some of their authentic music, bro.
Yeah. That's a trip. That'd be really fun, dude. Spain, huh? I've never been.
Neither have I. It'd be a really cool trip.
Yeah, no facts.
I've actually never been out of the country. Have you?
Nah.
What's the craziest place you've traveled in?
Miami was dope.
That
Florida,
would be
like
dope.
Miami was dope. Virginia was really dope. Oregon's always a good time. I
They've got
love
some really nice waterfalls there to check out.
Yeah, dude. Oregon and Washington are so beautiful.
Oh yeah.
California's dope. I've been to San Francisco and LA. I've been to San Antonio, Texas. I was pissed. I was 15. My sister was in the Air Force. She was graduating or whatever, and it was like November. You know, it was freezing cold, snow. I'm like, sick. We're going to Texas? Hell yeah! I'm gonna do freaking tank tops and shorts all day long. It rained the entire fucking time, dude. We got like one
Bro.
good day.
That's fucked up.
We couldn't go to, and SeaWorld was closed. I was like, dude, this sucks.
That's fucked up. I went to fucking the Mall of America and seen their little like SeaWorld thing down below.
Yeah.
That shit was dope.
That is tight. One of my coworkers was talking about that. They had like full-fledged roller coasters in that thing. And
Yeah,
like,
it's only gotten better since when I was a kid. I think we went there for my 6th birthday.
that's sick.
So that was forever ago.
I told them, I was like, I want to go down there. I want to take a week off and go explore the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, that'd be
fun.
dope.
Yeah.
Dopest place I've probably gone it's a toss up between Astoria or New York.
Where's Astoria?
It's in Oregon.
Oh, okay.
It's where the Goonie house is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the only reason it's so badass is because it's the Goonie town.
That's cool.
Like Astoria,
dude.
Oregon is where Goonies was shot.
Dude, that's cool.
They've got the lighthouse. You can walk all the way up to the top. It's a fucking long walk up though.
Yeah.
And it's on this like super narrow, like tilted fucking staircase.
Really?
Yeah, it's all sketch, hard to walk up. And then yeah, you've got Goonie Rock and then the Goonie House.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was dope.
That is dope. Oregon's dope. I've been to Portland and Eugene. Eugene was really cool. And surrounding areas. We went to Florence, Oregon, and saw the ocean. I've seen the ocean multiple times. If the place has an ocean, I have to go see it.
Yeah, I feel that. I want to make it down to California because then I've seen the whole West Coast.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, dude, that'd be sick. Oh, we went to Denver last year. What am I saying? The most recent place I went was last year. We went to Denver. I went to Denver for the first time. So
Most recent place for me would be Vegas. That was pretty dope. That was like 2 years ago.
that's cool. I haven't been yet.
No, oh dude, you should totally check it
Oh,
out. It's dope.
I think me and Raquel are gonna go by ourselves.
We went down there to fucking shoot a couple episodes of the podcast we were doing and check out the cannabis scene down there. It was pretty dope.
How long you been doing podcasting then?
So podcasting itself I've been doing for, let's see, cannabis has been recreational for like almost 4 years, I think. So close to 4 years.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So you've been growing and stuff like that since then too?
No, I've only been growing for, I think it's like 6 months. I started in October.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
I know.
Wow.
I don't know how I managed to pull that off.
Dude.
With just having started it.
That's amazing. Still blows my mind.
I tried growing 10 years ago and bro, I couldn't grow anything good. Like I was a black thumb.
Hey, I missed my shot. My brother, like right before it actually started getting recreational, my brother's like, dude, I know a guy that can get you all hooked up with all the equipment, show you everything for like $440 or something. I was like,
Yeah, that should be expensive.
but back then I was like, dude, yeah, it was expensive. Life was a lot different.
If I feel like I'd have been at a different point had I started growing 5 years ago when I first moved in here.
Yeah.
But I didn't even really think about it.
Yeah.
like I said, I was a black thumb, so I didn't really want to fucking attempt to.
I love that phrase, black thumb.
Well, you've got your green thumbs
I
that
know,
can
but
fucking grow anything, and
right.
then your black thumbs, they kill everything. They fucking couldn't grow a plant even if they tried.
Yeah. I've never attempted it. I think it's really cool, though.
But see, I feel like 10 years ago, I was just getting like, I was going too deep and not like actually putting the knowledge to work
Yeah.
and just overdoing everything.
Yeah, overanalyzing, overstudying, and everything.
Yeah, so I'd overfeed
That's
it,
half the
or
battle,
I'd feed
dude.
it wrong.
Yeah.
And it's like, you gotta just remember, dude, this shit, it's a weed.
Yeah.
It'll
yeah.
grow itself.
Yeah, you're damn right.
And that's
Don't
like
overcomplicate
literally
it.
like I think I grew like an ounce off of one plant. No, it was just a little over a half ounce off of one plant, and it was just straight soil and water,
Damn.
no nutrients.
Yeah.
And like people were like, bro, that looks fire.
Dude, that's sick. I mean, I should have, back in the day, I used to live in the country I grew up in Joliet, Montana, and we grew up on 10 acres of land, and you could see the mountains. It was just beautiful. But like, me and my friends always like thought, like, let's get some seeds and put them in your backyard, dude, or in the coulee. I was like, dude, that's actually a really good idea.
Oh, really good, but really bad at the same
Yeah,
time.
especially back then, because it
Get
wasn't
yourself
legal
caught
at
up
all.
quick that way.
It would have been really stupid 10 years
I
ago.
always have people telling me, oh, dude, just go drop some seeds by like the river or something. Like,
Yeah.
bro, you realize that's illegal as fuck. Like, you get caught doing that, you get a felony.
Yeah, no shit. I've worked.
But I know some friends that they're like, oh, dude, I've just gone and dropped some fucking seeds off in this area, and I come back in a couple months and harvest it out. If
Yeah.
it's still there, sometimes it's not there.
No, I have a
Sometimes
friend in
somebody
Laurel.
snatches it up.
Yeah, I have a friend in Laurel that's done it a couple times. Actually, in his fucking backyard. I'm like, bro, your neighbors must be really dope.
Well, I can tell you this. My neighbors are really dope because it smelled like a dispensary out here.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't believe the property managers weren't fucking putting notices on my door about the smell.
Do they stay in this area, in this court?
No, but when they fucking hang the rent receipt, thank God they have their goddamn kids do it. I went to go ask them a question one day when they hung it on the door, and when I opened the door, it was just some kid standing there.
Was
like,
it?
"Fuck."
Is it Sundance and Sarah?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Because I rented this place because I did flooring with them back in the day.
Oh.
Like, they're flooring contractors that work for my brother. Like,
Oh, okay. So the people who own your trailer don't own the park.
no,
No, yeah, no.
no.
So
you
I'm
meant
talking
the-
about the people who own the park are the ones that send their kid out, or whoever their manager
okay.
is sends their kid out to do it.
That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
I've only been here, and we haven't even been here a year yet. So
Yeah, I've been here 5 years. I think they sold it 2 years ago, I want to say. And it's just been a hassle ever since.
yeah, that's what Sundance said. Yeah.
They bitch and complain about every little thing.
Yeah, I need to get a weed eater. My yard is fucked.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I was working for the lawn company, so I'd just bring fucking equipment home and do it.
Yeah.
Now I don't work for the lawn company, and I don't have a fucking weed eater or mower, and I'm like, fuck, now I gotta go get one.
Straight up. I might ask Prince to do it. He does landscaping in the summer.
Yeah, he does landscaping, not lawn care.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he'll tell you. He'll be like, landscaping, not lawn care.
Mow your own lawn, Josh.
Mow your own lawn. I'll come install the waterfall.
There you go.
Oh, fuck. Prince cracks me up.
I love him, dude.
Yeah, I was just about to say, him and his fucking, I could fight a tiger. Motherfucker, you can't even hold my cat.
Really?
Yeah, he's allergic to cats. Motherfucker comes in here like, I got hair in my mouth. I got hair in my mouth, dude. But I can fight a tiger.
He's a goon.
Fuck yeah. So what made you start your own home studio?
I just wanted to do it eventually. Prince is a big key feature here, or factor here.
Right, that's why I brought it up, because it
Yeah.
reminded me, because I know that you used to go and record out of his studio.
Oh, dude, I fucking recorded 3 albums in his studio.
I'm working on putting aside some money for some studio time. Go,
Do it.
Go put a fucking song.
Do it, dude. It's so much fun.
I
What
had
kind of
someone
what
tell
kind
me
of music?
if I put a song out, they'll come on, and I'm
Really?
all, oh, fuck you, bro. Big bet on that. We'll be seeing you here in a couple months on the show.
Yeah, okay.
And it's funny because he totally thinks I'm bringing him on to talk about the explosion he had been in. No, I'm just bringing him on to bullshit. I don't even want to talk about the explosion.
What explosion? Are
So
you talking about Prince still?
no,
Okay.
a couple of my buddies had been in a dab explosion a little over 10 years ago.
Oh, like at a plant?
No, like
A
They
dab
were-
explosion?
yeah, like they were making dabs in their house and it went kaboom.
Damn, holy shit, that's insane.
Yeah. And I've wanted to have one of them on for the longest time, and he thinks it's to fucking talk about that, and it's like, nah, bro. Like I know that if anybody finds out he's on, the fucking chat will blow up with questions about it.
Yeah.
But I don't want to have him on to talk about it
Yeah.
because I've heard all three stories, and all three stories are different.
Uh-huh. Well, everybody is different, but that's
And-
strange.
Yeah, well, I mean,
But everybody is different.
no, they don't. I don't think
How would
any of
you even
them
remember? That's-
actually remember
They all
what
lived?
happened. Yeah, they all live.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think any of them actually remember what
Well,
happened.
10 years ago was a long time. To,
Well, even right after when they got out of the hospital and shit,
Yeah.
that's when I had heard the three different stories.
That's crazy.
So I was all, I don't think any of them actually remember. I think they just remember bits and pieces,
Yeah.
and they're filling in the rest.
Well, that's an explosion would cause a lot of trauma and
Yeah.
shock. So
And that'd cause your brain to want to fucking
suppress.
suppress a lot of that.
Yeah. So that makes sense. Totally.
So yeah, the home studio.
It's so dope, dude. So it was probably about 2 years ago now. Probably a year and a half, 2 years ago. I probably just got done recording my third album with Prince, and like I don't know, I just feel like I have a good ear. I have a good ear for flow and people that can do music and people can't. You know, like I just you know,
Yeah.
and so like I was like, dude, the dream. I just want music to be all I do, and I want to make a living at it, and just provide and live out my dreams. But like, dude, that shit's dope.
I feel you, bro. I feel you.
I'm just my bad.
Anytime I walk in here, I'm just like, man, I still can't believe this thing's real.
Yeah, well, it was so yeah. I was just getting done recording my third album with Prince, and then I was like, dude, he was letting go of some equipment. He let me have his compressor. I got some speakers. He hooked me up with Studio One, and I just got the equipment. I just got motivated. The more you do things, the more you just want to do. See how far you can go.
Right.
That's what chasing the dream is, just the journey and how good you can get. So it just pushed me to another musical level that I was always wanting to have, and I just invested I invested in so that's a whole backstory too. So before I even got serious about music, I was homeless, bro, and like I went through a bad relationship, and like it just ended, and I had like nothing. So then I was like, what do I do now? So I got a good job I got lucky, I got blessed. I'm in sales, and like RV sales is pretty lucrative, and like I'd never been in sales. I did construction my whole life.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
You know what I mean?
I think I've done sales once. I sold Kirby's.
Really, dude? I have a
sold
coworker
3
that does
Kirby's
that.
in my like 6 months of being a Kirby salesman. I was like, this shit ain't for me, bro.
Yeah, I could not do that.
Dude, no.
I turned
But
down a job
what
like
my
that
Kirby guy always told me was, any Kirby salesman makes a good car salesman.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Or no,
One of my
any
coworkers-
failed Kirby salesman makes a good car salesman.
And that's why Zach's so good at Midway. He sold Kirby's for like 3 years. He was like a traveling like agent and manager. Like, yeah. And he's really good at selling cars. He's a dork, but he's really good at selling
Oh, I
cars.
fucking sucked at selling Kirby's, dude. The couple times I did, though, I was fucking baked as fuck. And so I went into a house once stoned, and then they found out I went in stoned.
Oh, no.
And they pulled me into the office
Oh,
and
no.
reprimanded me for it, chewed me out. I didn't sell another Kirby for like 3 weeks, and it all clicked with them.
Yeah.
And they were like, yo, hold on, let's try something out real quick. And they sent me into a house after smoking. Walked out, sold that Kirby. They're like, dude, they're like, what's the difference? And I'm all, it loosens me up, and I just joke with him.
Yeah.
I remember I walked into one house, and his wife had just left to go to the gas station.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you fucked up. You should not have let her leave. He told me that she had just vacuumed really quick
Hey.
so that it didn't look so bad. Because the whole point is you give that free cleaning.
I wonder how often that happens.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, he set her up after he told me that. Because I already knew the Kirby was going to do better.
Boom. It
Turned
was
it
meant to
on,
be.
did like a 3-inch push, pulled the pad out and looked at him and went, "Did you say she just vacuumed before she left?" He's all, "Yeah." Turned it back on, pushed it another 3 inches, and I looked at him and went, "She plugged it in, right?" And he's all, "Yeah, I heard it run." Push it another 3 inches, and I look at him and go, "I'm a little confused, bro. I thought you said she vacuumed before I came." And he's just
really
sitting
happening?
there rolling, bro, just rolling. I'm dogging his wife, and he's just laughing. I'm like, "God damn, bro." Sold that Kirby.
Nice.
Because she came back and seen that shit. He told her the story, and she's just like, "Ah." Bought it.
Boom, right there. But basically, sales saved my life. I finally found my calling. I never really liked construction. It just did it for the money, you know. But after 5 years, my body was like, "Dude, you better do something else."
I mean, with making music, you're doing sales.
I know. Yeah, no.
So if you
That's
put
what
that
I'm working
into
on
that
the most. That's
thought-
honestly what I'm working on the hardest right now is to sell myself. Like I want to sell who I am, my product, what I stand for, and just impact the world in a really positive way. You know.
Right. Well, in a
'cause
world
I just
full of
believe,
hate, that's all you can do.
I just believe in dreams, man. Like people don't dream enough, and
Mhm.
like they give up on dreams too fast. But if you don't, like those short-term sacrifices you make for those long-term results, really gets you there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just
Like
and then-
working that 14-hour shift
Yeah,
so that you can buy that new equipment.
yeah, dude. Facts. No, like Montana. You know Montana Waco.
Mm-hmm.
Nate worked in the oil field like 12-hour days for. He didn't see his family for like a year. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And now look what he's doing, you know, all that work he does, it's still work, but it's always rewarding, you know.
He turned a passion into his work, so now he
That's-
doesn't work.
Yeah, that's my dream.
Like they always
That's
say,
the dream.
turn your passion into work, and you won't work a day in your life.
Facts, dude.
When I'm podcasting, I don't feel like I'm working. When I'm at cannabis events, I had somebody mention once. I think I was out at Hemp Fest or Cup Fest. And they're like, "Oh, this is such a blast. Just get chill, don't have to work." And then they pause and look at me and go, "But wait, you're working, aren't you?" And I go, "Yeah, but this is my passion."
Yeah.
So I don't feel like I'm working. Like I love every minute of fucking being out with the cannabis community.
Oh yeah. No, it's like your family. You know.
It's the people that get me better than my family.
Exactly. Those are the ones to keep close.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, that shit's legit.
So where do you see yourself in like 5 years with music?
In 5 years, I hope to be at a point where I can start a whole nother business in music, and that's having a professional label that helps artists really get there. Like,
Right.
that's long term. I want to help the community as badly as I want to shine for it and be there for it. Because there's so much potential just in Billings, Montana. And from what I'm learning from industry experts, I know that I could apply it to other people and help other people be on the same level as me, if not higher.
Right.
And that's a huge reason why I got the studios, because I want to be able to provide, you know, I want to produce.
Right.
There's always room for a new producer, right? Another producer. And me and
A new
Prince
producer,
talk.
a new input,
Yeah.
a new brain.
Yeah, and then and Prince has been a big mentor to me. We actually plan on hopefully, you know, working together closely in the future. And yeah, it's just been a never-ending. It's all I think about.
Oh,
It's all the avenues
Not
I
a
can
bad
help.
thing.
All the avenues I can help people and be my best self and just fucking do it. You know, like there's once you dive into an industry and see how much you can do with it and how much value you can bring to it, things change.
right. And see, I feel like that's the better way to grow is instead of like you were mentioning the journey earlier. So I watch a bunch of different people. They'll go from baseline to famous
That shit
overnight.
blows my mind.
And it's just like,
I wouldn't even want that.
Same.
Yeah.
Because then you watch them go from famous to fucking baseline.
Yeah, facts. No, there's
But
no.
it's the people that you've watched that go level to level and just build up
Yeah.
to that point. And I was actually trying to explain that to someone last night. They were like, well, if you do this, 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 and this, you'll have millions of views. And I'm all, I don't want millions of views.
Yeah, I don't do it for the views.
Yeah.
Honestly,
like,
social media is just a job at this point.
seriously.
I mean,
A job I don't want to attend.
yeah.
Because that's a fucking cesspool of a work environment.
Yeah, no, it's. But yeah, it's just about doing it. But I've learned to like embrace it,
Yeah.
just because like I want to try to put out a positive message. So
Yeah, and if you build up that step by step and
Yeah.
you help people along the way, those are relationships that you've earned all the way up to that point, and that's stuff that you could fall back on while you're fucking riding that high wave.
exactly, that's a good way to put it. And I can show with my homies who are at the top with me because they put in the work too.
Right.
You know. But yeah, dude, facts. That was a good topic.
So I remember seeing America's Next Top Hitmaker. What is that?
It's a really cool competition, actually, for your fans to vote for you to do and get you there. It's a festival in New York. It's like,
Oh, shit.
you know where they do Times Square?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's a festival that they're having there. I think it's some sort of benefit or something for a charity, but there's gonna be 60,000 plus people
Jeff, you
there.
should pull that up.
Yeah, you can click on my link and you can look on over the details. But yeah, dude, and they so if you win, you get 50 grand. They're gonna write you a check for $50,000, which blows my mind.
After
And-
taxes, that's probably like 25, but
Yeah.
still, that's a lot of fucking money. That's a whole brand new studio.
Yeah, that's a whole new level.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Honestly, like if I had 50 grand, I'd full send on music straight up.
Full send.
I
I feel
would.
that, bro. If I had 50 grand, I'd full send on podcasts.
Why not? Why not?
Right.
Especially right now, at our age and stuff. Like
Yeah, we're.
Like
Pe-
my- damn.
it used to be that at our age we were fucking past our prime, but now that fucking 30 is our prime.
I think, yeah, no, for real, because like my boss at Midway, who runs that big dealership, he started his first dealership at 30 years old.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, he's 37 now. So it's like, yeah, I think we're on our. That's what we're working towards.
And like I said, my 30th is in July, and literally this entire time leading up from January till July, I've just been sitting here like, bro, you're hitting 30. Don't think about it as like you're fucking old. It's you've gone through your 20s. You've learned.
yeah,
Now implement it
Yeah,
over the next
use
10
this.
years so that when you hit 40, you just get to coast to 50 and not
Yeah.
fucking do shit.
exactly.
You do what you want to
Facts. Dude, and you can still do so much at 50. Like all the mentors I follow, like Andy Frisella, Rob Milet, like just real Gary V, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Like they're still killing it at their entrepreneurship in their 50s.
Well, fucking Rogan's 57.
Yeah, that's
It's
crazy
all
to
about
me.
keeping your body fucking healthy and in shape.
That's the
which
thing.
That I don't do, but I've
that-
also said I'm gonna croak at 50.
Well, that's what 30's teaching me, is like your mind is still there and you got all that knowledge you've learned, but your body does age.
It does, and
And
I
it
definitely
takes
have started
longer
to feel
like
it.
heal. That's the hard part.
Tell my broken rib from fucking Easter that.
Oh fuck! How'd that happen?
So my family plays a game of kickball every year on Easter.
That's dope.
It's
Sounds
dope, but-
you broke a rib, like
Bro, we
damn.
get so competitive. I don't even know why. I think it's me.
That's awesome.
So my team loses 3 players because they decide they want to start fighting over this phone that gone missing, and just, oh man, dude, we're in the middle of a kickball game. Deal with it after.
Yeah, facts.
We're also up 13 points, so I'm
Oh.
like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We're demolishing them. We just got to play a little harder. So my niece, my nephew, and I started to play a little harder. And my niece throws it from third base, and I'm like a quarter of the way from the pitcher's mound. So like 3/4 of the way from first base. And I catch it into a full 180 spin in the air and like completely flatten out while doing this, and launched this ball at first base trying to get my sister-in-law out. And literally the second that ball left my hand, I just dropped like a sack of potatoes, and I was extended out like this.
Oh shit.
And I think this rib cage was just sticking out, and I landed on it and cracked it. Oh, dude, I knew it was cracked instantly.
Oh my god, dude, yeah. That shit hurts for real.
Oh, dude, I was winded, and I'm just like, oh, that's gonna hurt tomorrow.
Yeah, I know.
And for the next week, I was miserable.
It takes a while. I think it took me like a week when I was in high school. I broke one playing football. But yeah.
Dude, yeah, and I fucking still smoked heavy in the cabin, dude.
Yeah,
no, so it took like 2 weeks for it to actually like start to settle down.
Yeah, that's good. That's the only thing you can do.
Yeah, and everybody's like, "Well, are you gonna go to the hospital?" I was like, "Why?
Yeah.
Spend 10 grand to fucking get an X-ray and get told your ribs cracked? You want some painkillers?"
Yeah. That's what
I don't take painkillers. I smoke weed.
Yeah.
So I'd have told them no, and then left with a $10,000 fucking bill.
Really?
Well, probably not 10,000, but
it's expensive to go to the ER for real. Yeah.
Go to the ER, get an X-ray, just to get told, yeah, you have a cracked rib, and there's nothing we can do other than prescribe you some medication.
The back is no joke, bro. Like I actually had really bad. I was like paralyzed a couple of years ago for like 3 months because my L5 was so far out of place.
Oh.
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
It's just been a buildup of years. I think one day on the job at flooring, I did like a 12-hour hardwood job, stood up, and my sciatica just went out on me. That's when it first started, and then like it feels like every 3 to 6 months I need to actually go see a doctor, because like it used to happen once a year, but now it's happening more often. And I go to the gym every day before work, and that's the only thing that makes sense is like I just work too hard, and my body's just like, okay, take a break.
Once a year, I fucking throw my back out, my lower back, and
yeah,
I don't know what it is. It was an old injury from when I was working at the lawn care place. I lifted a trailer and fucking threw my back out and just worked through that, and so now once a year it somehow slips itself out again.
Yeah. I feel that. The same thing happens with my shoulder because, like, we used to do, like, really big sheet vinyl for the hospital, rolls of sheet. And I used to do the Billings Clinic, like, the back of my hand because I did flooring there for, like, 3 years. But, like, it's cool because I would know where every surgery room was, where the basement was. I'm like, what's going on today? You know? But, yeah, we used to be giant, like, sheet vinyl, and, like, they used to lower it down with the crane. Well, one day, me and my buddy were waiting for him to drop the roll. And he didn't warn us first, and he just dropped it on us. And, like, my shoulder was fucked up for, like, at least 3 months.
Fuck.
Yeah, my boss paid for all my, like, massage therapy and shit. A chiropractor.
Damn straight.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah, that shit be expensive.
Yeah, I would have been in so much debt if not.
I always get the injuries they can't do anything with. Like, when I fucking took a 1/4 inch off of the corner of this thumb while I was cooking.
Damn, cooking? Damn.
I was prep cooking, and I was prepping some chicken,
dude.
And I was trying to get it done fast, and I wanted to so I go outside and smoke this joint because how I prep cook is I'll go in, make my list, and break it into sections.
Yeah.
Once one section is done, I smoke a joint. Next section, smoke a joint. And
sounds nice.
It's a reward.
Yeah.
Get it done.
Yeah.
You get rewarded.
There you go.
So I was just trying to get this chicken done, and my manager said something to me, and I looked over at him, and I pushed forward and fucking took a 1/4 inch off of the corner of this thumb.
Dude, ow.
Ouch. Almost hit the fucking artery that's in your thumb right there.
Oh.
My mom was a CNA my whole childhood, so I'm fully trained in first aid.
That's awesome.
She made sure that if I got hurt, I wasn't going to die.
Yeah.
Which sometimes I hate. Because people will freak out around me when I get hurt, and I'm just like, just hand me the first aid kit, guys. Calm down. First aid kit, cigarette. Light the cigarette for me while I do this. So yeah, I took the 1/4 inch off of that, and then fucking got it wrapped up. Sat there and argued with my manager for like a half hour about going to the hospital. I was like, bro, they can't do anything. It's literally not a stitchable part.
Just be like, my mom was a CNA. She trained.
Yeah, I told
me.
told him that. I was like, bro, okay, so I literally took the whole thing off right there. They're not gonna stitch it back on because there's nothing to stitch on.
Yeah.
And what they're gonna do is they're gonna take my pressure wrap off, see that they can't stitch it, tell me they can't stitch it,
Yeah.
then they're going to repressure wrap it and send me home.
Yep.
He's like, well, it was done at work, so you have to go. So I fucking drove myself there. Obviously, I'm not going to smoke this joint when I'm on my way to fucking the hospital over a work incident because of
Right.
workman's comp.
Yeah, facts.
So I'm sitting in this fucking ER for like 3 hours waiting to go smoke this joint. For them to have just told me
I've been pissed.
they can't stitch it and pressure wrap my hand again. It was funny because I walked in and she's all, well, we got to take this off to look at it. I was all, yeah, I know. Okay, go ahead. And she takes it off and the bleeding had stopped, so the bandage kind of like stuck to it.
Oh, yeah.
So when they pulled it off, it started bleeding again. And they're
Well,
like,
yeah.
oh, well, it started bleeding again because we had to pull that off. And I was all, yeah, go figure. And she was all, that was actually a pretty good pressure wrap. We can't stitch it. They put this mesh screen thing over it and then repressure wrapped it.
Yeah.
And then I went, smoked the joint, and went disc golfing.
Yeah, I love disc golf.
Yeah, same here.
I used to play that
I had
shit
to learn
all
how
the
to disc
time.
golf with my fucking left hand for, I think it was like 4 months.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
It was super cool.
That would be.
I didn't think I was going to be able to do it. And fuck, I actually kind of think I threw better with my left hand.
That's interesting.
But it's because with my right hand, I get all like, I try to get all fucking,
You try to get it.
I try to make myself look more professional. Because I know all the fucking different
too, but
fucking
I look like a
holds
fool.
and shit. Yeah, I look like a fool too. I fucking love disc golf though.
It's
It's so
fun.
just take a fucking brew or a fucking
Facts, a joint, yeah.
and just go throw. Have you
Yeah.
tried the new one down at North Park?
No, I didn't even know they had. They have one at North Park?
Dude.
Really?
So it's I think it's 9 holes, I want to say. But it might be. Yeah, I think it's a 9 hole.
That's cool. I like that.
But it's super short. Like, these are ones that if you practice that course enough, you'll start hitting holes in ones easy
Nice.
because of how short they are.
That's fun.
But it's a quick
That'd
like
be
30-minute
fun.
course.
Yeah.
It's dope.
Okay, I'm checking that out.
It's on the northeast side. So you've got the head start right over on the fucking southeast side.
Are we downtown or south side?
We're at North Park.
North Park's downtown, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So you got the
You got-
head start right over here by 6th.
Okay,
And
yeah.
then the apartments right across the street.
Mhm.
The disc golf course is right across from those apartments.
Oh, okay.
It takes up that little corner of the park.
Dude, I'm going.
Yeah, it's dope.
That's sick, actually. Fuck yeah.
I went a bunch last summer. I'm gonna definitely have to get out a lot this summer since I'm not doing lawn care. I gotta get out in that sun.
Yeah.
Fuck, I can't. I've been stuck inside during those nice days and it's driving me up a wall. All right, so let's check out this who is America's Next Top
Yeah.
Hitmaker. She's had this up there for a minute.
So,
One talented artist or group will perform live at the 2025 Global Citizen Festival, appear in Rolling Stones, and win $50,000. That appear in Rolling Stones, dude, that's a fucking...
yeah.
That sets a career in motion.
Well, that was my goal if I did get nominated is I'd focus more on networking than anything.
Right.
That's all I would talk and learn. I'd be a sponge, you know? Like,
Literally.
Because, like, and to perform my music in front of... They said in the paragraph, it's like 60,000 people that are going to be there.
What's the biggest venue you've done?
The one in Idaho Falls with Afro Man was huge, and the whole place was packed, and it was fucking sick. Idaho Falls throws down for every musician that goes on stage.
Really?
And it's a fucking good time. dude.
That's dope.
It's so cool. We took a picture with the crowd afterwards. Like, y'all are so dope. Like, we tossed out merch. We had these like 6 Smokey in the passenger. They were posters, and we got the work done for it for our logo by his name's Javon Jordan. He's like a comic book guy. He like wins Comic-Con events and shit like that. Anyways, it was sick. So after the show, we tossed him. We just gave him to everybody and had a lot of love that night. And
That's
Idaho
fucking dope.
Falls
I love
was
it when they
dope.
throw shit out off the stage. That's how I
Yeah.
got that.
Sick, yeah.
Yeah.
Where'd that come from?
The Wiz Khalifa concert.
Bro, I wanted to go. To
I
that
was
so
second
bad.
row.
Wow, dude.
Second row, center stage, bro. I fucking hit the joint he hit, And I jumped off my chair to get that.
That's sick.
I was like, I ain't letting that go.
That's so sick. Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, I love Wiz Khalifa. I grew up on that shit.
So fucking, the last time Dizzy Wright came to fucking town, Wiz Khalifa came right after.
That's tight.
So, what I'm hoping is Chris Webby comes to town, and either Wiz Khalifa or Burner or Snoop or someone, one of the legends, one of the smoking legends comes to town.
Bro, we'll see what happens.
That'd be so dope if Burn came.
Yeah.
Bro. If they thought the Wiz Khalifa concert was fucking smoky as fuck. Oh, boy.
I could see it happening.
Dallas hated the Wiz Khalifa concert.
Why?
Because every time he sparked up, they fucking came and took it away from him.
Really?
Yeah,
What?
because he was up.
What? At the Wiz?
Yeah, because
But
it
it's
was
at
in the Metro.
Yeah.
And
They have
he
to
was up
follow
in the
it.
fucking seats. I was down on the floor. I smoked fucking 8 joints in the Metro back to back, bro.
Oh, damn. Okay, that's sick.
And he
Good.
got every one of his taken away.
Yeah. I could see it. I remember we used to sneak down on the floors for like big rock concerts, and it's a riot.
I
down
thought I
there.
was gonna get in trouble for smoking, bro. Like legit.
Oh, I bet.
And
Yeah.
none of the
I'd
security
be so
that was
paranoid.
standing in front of me said shit. Because
That's
I mean,
crazy.
how you
Well,
gonna
you're
say
the
something
second-
when this motherfucker's got a joint lit up on the stage, bro?
Yeah.
Like,
That's
you really
sick.
gonna say something? Because I'm gonna look up at Wiz and be like, "Hey, bro, this motherfucker just told me I can't smoke."
Wiz would stop the whole show and say, "Be like,
Straight
you're
up,
gonna
bro.
let him smoke or get the fuck out."
Yeah, or I'm gonna, he's like, "You're gonna let him smoke, or I'm gonna get the fuck out."
Yeah, right.
Burn did that.
Did he?
They told him he couldn't smoke in a venue, and he pulls out a wad of cash and goes, "Here's the cleaning cost," and they go, "No, you cannot smoke in our venue," and he goes, "Okay." Walks up on stage, grabs the mic, and goes, "Hey guys, we're taking this concert outside. They're not gonna let us smoke in here."
That would be dope, though. You just grab your DJ and you're like, "Let's go set up outside. Let's go. Grab the speakers. Fuck it."
Right?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody got refunded their tickets, but they still got the concert and
That's
still
dope.
got to smoke.
And that's like the most genuine experience you could have, too.
Right? You can't have one of those fucking legend stoner rappers at your venue and tell them they can't fucking smoke.
That's just not common sense.
Like they built their entire persona around that.
Yeah. That's why they book their gigs. It's a huge reason, anyway.
Yeah, like when I go to cannabis events and they tell me I can't smoke inside, I'm just like, or inside the venue, I'm just like, well, I'm still gonna come in, but I'm not gonna like this.
Right. What was your last cannabis event?
It'd have been the 420 event
Where was that?
over at the 406 lawn. That's where they're gonna have the Chris Webby
yeah.
concert.
I wanted
That's
to go.
the one that Connor
did.
put on.
Yeah.
That shit was dope.
Yeah.
I got to meet King Kai there.
That's sick.
Yeah.
He looks super cool. Like, I
Dude.
follow him on everything.
I'm just waiting
It's
to
dope.
hear when he's coming back to Billings, because then I'm gonna hit him up to come on the show. I talked to him while I was there.
Dude.
He said he'd do an episode.
Oh, hell yeah. Bro.
Yeah,
I
I
see
can't
him
wait, bro.
blazing in
That's
his
gonna be
stories
so
and stuff. Yeah, that's shit. That's one thing that's really cool about Billings is the fight scene. Like the
Dude.
Grindhouse and the Fusion Fight League.
There's a lot of cool shit about Billings. Like, I always hear Billings is lame, Billings is boring, and yeah, Billings is lame, Billings is boring. But I mean, once you start networking,
Yeah.
it opens so many doors. Like,
so many.
the people I've met, the things I've got to talk about with people outside of even just being on the podcast is so fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
You
I've
get to
met
meet
so
cool
many
people.
MMA fighters that, yeah, right now they're just fucking Montana locals, but here in a couple years, you'll see them on fucking Dana White's roster
Yeah.
or fucking
Well, Bare
Kai
Knuckles.
Stewart fucking
Bare Knuckles.
Dubai.
Like, yeah, I know multiple fighters that want to do bare knuckle and just go hang out with Kai and fight and shit like that for real. Because that's where the money's at. There's big money
Yeah.
in bare knuckle fighting.
Big money.
Like
'cause
it's bigger than the
brutal,
UFC. People, I mean, I know the UFC is huge, but like they don't pay their fighters that much. Like in the end, it's unless you get fight of the night.
Yeah,
know,
unless
but-
you're a big name fighter, you're not getting paid too
Yeah,
much.
you're breaking even, and like
But it is a good way to break into the fight scene and get onto some of
Yeah.
those like other fight leagues like F1 and shit like that,
oh yeah, I know.
where they do pay their fighters big ass money.
Yeah, just freaking Jake and Logan Paul did a a podcast one time talking about that. Like they gave the average of what the fighters actually make in the UFC if they don't win, and they gotta pay for their insurance. They gotta pay for sponsorship, trainers,
and
everything.
If there's even one call, you can miss like your fucking win purse and shit like that.
Yeah, so if you don't get fight of the night, you win like $15,000. But after all the fees you pay to be a part of the event, you end up with like $5,000 if that.
Yeah.
Crazy. To go sacrifice your life in front of the world because it's broadcasted everywhere, to just make like nothing of this.
Yeah.
You're a warrior though.
To get your ass fucking to bloody yourself up like that to basically make nothing.
Crazy.
But I mean, some of them don't even do it for the money. They just fucking enjoy it.
That's a lot of
Those
them.
are some savages.
That's why I watch like like Ultimate Fighter, because that's what they talk about too.
Right.
You know, it's just in them, just like music and weed.
Yeah. The UFC is a good starting point though, because Dana White does go out and he does like that Contender Series.
Yeah.
Where he brings in a bunch of
Which is
fucking
sick.
no-name fighters and they fucking
He's a
work
smart
their way
man,
up.
dude. Dana White's a
My
freaking
cousin
genius.
had an opportunity to be on that fucking Contender Series.
Really?
So in order
Who's
to
your
get
cousin?
his name's Timmy Two Links.
Okay, I don't know, but that's sick.
So in order to get onto the Contender Series, you have to go through a fucking roster of fights, basically. So you fight your way onto the series and then fight your way into the UFC.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Ultimate Fighter, but yeah.
I feel like he wasn't training properly. He didn't have his mind in the fights like he used to, and it screwed him over.
No, that'd be a full send thing.
Yeah. Like,
'Cause
full send, you're
full
training
send.
every day, all day.
Planning to kill somebody.
Literally, bro.
Like, it's a whole nother mindset. And, like, I work with Joey the gentleman, tall dude with the mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah, Midway. It's like when he's in fight mode, it's just like a on and off switch, you know. So
Tyson's talked about that. Like, before he had started training again, he said he didn't want to start training because it unleashes a monster in him. And
yeah, you're right.
And then
he did that for the money.
Definitely.
I would love to see Jake Paul actually get a real contender, someone who actually knew how to. Like, I mean, and obviously
Okay,
Tyson does.
Let's.
But he's old.
Tyson was paid off, bro.
Yes, 100%.
No, bro. Motherfucker was holding back. He had to bite his gloves and hold it back.
Oh yeah, no facts. And it was gay.
Yeah, he would have
like super lame.
if he hadn't been paid off, and that would have been a legitimate fight.
That's what I want to see is Jake
Yeah.
Paul have a legitimate fight. Like, do it. Like, actually prove yourself or get off TV. We're over it.
I think Tyson would have fucking just rocked the shit out of him.
Dude, yeah, me too.
Because there's been multiple videos since then that I've seen, and it's just like, bro, like, there was one time during the fight where he was like,
well, you could tell.
put your arm up. Your fucking entire face is
Oh,
open right now.
Really? Damn. I was just so bored. I didn't. Yeah. But when Tyson actually hit him, like, he hit him hard. Like, you could tell. So Tyson really would have fucked him up. But yes, he was paid off, and as of everybody, he's fought.
But I mean, that's how most sports go anymore.
Yeah, it's just for the entertainment.
So what do you like doing outside of music?
Hanging out with Raquel and the kids. That's all I do nowadays is work, family, music.
That's life right there, man.
Yeah, it's a blessing, man. Those girls are awesome. They keep me on my toes, and our dog, and just living life. Like, I've always wanted a family, music career, and like a good day job to keep me afloat. And like, it took 30 years, but I'm here.
Right?
So,
where do you sit with AI in music?
it's okay. So at the very first, when I first heard about it, I was pissed. I was disgusted. And my homie was trying to tell me, like, yeah, dude, like, it'll make it easier for you. You can write songs with it. Like, that's cheating. You have a robot write a song for you, like.
Well, I mean, people have their ghostwriters.
Yeah, everybody can be a ghostwriter now.
Well, yeah, especially with the AI.
And I thought about being a ghostwriter because I'm really good. I've written a lot of songs. I love it. I've taught people how to write songs and stuff. But yeah, now anybody can do it. You know.
Yeah.
So But I don't even know. I don't play with it. I did buy a plug-in yesterday, though.
I've seen that.
That was AI generated. I was like, well, we'll see what it does, how much power and control it gets. You know, I'm curious. I might use it once. I might use it every time. I don't know yet.
Right.
I didn't have time to actually play with them. But yeah, it took like an hour to download them all and stuff. But
Well, that's the nice thing about new toys is you just play with them.
yeah. So like, I'm gonna with AI. At first, I was pissed when it came to music, but I see all the cool things. I see how it's gonna develop and make our world better, like from a technological standpoint. I think we're being human. We're all kind of scared of it in our own way, but not really. Like, it's a weird feeling that like robots and who knows where we're gonna be in like 10, 20 years.
I feel
dude.
like there needs to be a stopping point.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like we surpassed that stopping point already.
Yeah. I just.
Because there's been multiple times that they've caught AI trying to recode itself or trying to copy itself so that when they shut it down, it can just come back on.
That's crazy, dude. That's actually crazy.
Yeah.
Because, like, yeah, I feel like I learn a new thing about AI every day. I see an ad about it or something on.
Or like they had created an evil AI at one point to try and get it to destroy the world.
See, well, that's just the thing. You can program it to do anything.
Yeah, and
So who's going to end up
wasn't-
with that?
It didn't have the capability to actually destroy the world unless it could convince all the other AI modules to join it. And it couldn't convince the other AI modules to join it because they had safety firewalls up.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's insane, bro. That's insane.
So I feel like we might have already surpassed that point of no return.
That
know?
would be an apocalyptical life if it came
could.
to it.
It could be.
I hope humans aren't that dumb. I hope we are more intelligent. But you just told me we're not, so.
But maybe we're just here to be the cocoon for AI.
Dude, it reminds me of that movie where like I wish I remember the name, but it's like half the people are still human and half of them are AIs. But they have like human faces. It was like such a good movie, and it was like the same scenario we're talking about. Like after the apocalyptic.
I feel like I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like after they. Oh, dude, yeah. I wish I could name it, but it's about like there's like a little girl in it, and she's like the main.
Yeah.
There's a guy that's trying to save her and stuff. It's
The creator?
Yeah, Yeah, that movie. It's like after humans and robots have the war, and they're trying to get along. It's a trip.
Huh. I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, you should watch it, bro. Actually.
I'll have to go hunt it down. Yeah, it's gonna be a trip in like 5 years to see where AI is.
Yeah. With music, so I just found out recently from my Gigi Miller, she's my artist development team. She actually, and she's really, for anybody listening that wants to do music and wants to own their music, hit up Gigi Miller. I own all my own songs and get income and streams from a multitude of places, 16 different revenues. Because of
always
Gigi
nice.
Miller, and it's all legit. It's just the business side of
See,
music.
that's always been confusing to me. Is like, I'm always like, do you just upload them to Spotify and shit and just start making money, or?
No, so you upload it through a distribution site. A lot of people like myself use DistroKid or CD Baby, and so that sends the music to all the platforms.
Oh.
And yeah, you get a little bit of a royalty from Discord, but it's like tenth of a cent per play.
Oh shit.
Like on Spotify, they all vary. Spotify actually pays the least, but it's the
See,
most
I
popular
remember
program.
Futuristic talking about this a long time ago. How you guys only make like cents on the fucking plays.
That's it. Yeah.
And that
The streams
that you guys appreciate the streams,
yeah,
but
of
you would
course, of course.
prefer the physical purchases.
Yeah, well, it's a balancing act, right?
Right.
But there's ways around it, and that's why you hire an artist developer who teaches you how to own your rights to your music, because if you just do it through DistroKid and call it a career, you're never gonna make money on your streams. Or you will. I mean, I made $650 last year, and I paid my rent with it, and I was sick. I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude! Like, music just paid my bills. Let's go!" You know,
That's
I have
always
done
nice,
that,
bro. That's always nice.
Yeah, off of my streams, so that's cool. But like, I met Gigi when I was in Smokey and the Passengers, because Jesse knew her really well. He reached out to her, studied her. He's like, "We gotta work with this girl." I was like, "Okay, cool, let's do it." She did like a webinar and taught us everything, and then like I didn't ghost her, but like I just didn't have the money to invest with her.
Right.
For like 5 years.
I feel that, and that, like, I feel like that's a big holdback on a lot of people, is just having that revenue flow to actually invest in themselves.
That's it, man. So
Because
that's
you
why I
get
got
locked
into
into that
sales.
9 to 5 and paying bills and paying life.
Yeah, and cost of living is insane now.
Yeah.
Jesus. So yeah, if it wasn't for sales, I don't know where I'd be. I don't know if I'd still be here. Sales has allowed me, and it was really good back, like we were talking about COVID, you know. Like,
Right.
So that allowed me to actually invest in all my equipment and everything. And I straight up had every instrument in my house. I had a 600 square foot house over on Terry Avenue downtown, pretty much. And it had a drum set, a bass stand, a guitar, I got like, and all the studio equipment. I just wanted to have everything, you know. I was ready to finally have it, because I could. I worked my ass off and made good money. And I just bought everything. And like, where I'm going with this is I used to try to play every instrument in my house, because I was like, I'm going to record my own album. I didn't have a band, you know. But yeah. I have lended each instrument besides a guitar to a homie.
You've lent?
Yeah. Well, Josh Carter has my drum set, which is fine. He's my
Oh.
he's my old drummer, and Zay has my bass, but yeah.
They're on temporary hold for
Yes.
now. Yeah, no, I want to end up buying a house, and I want it to be like a 2-bedroom main floor, 3-bedroom downstairs. Turn one of the have like a little bedroom that I can turn into like just an office.
I was just gonna say.
And then a long bedroom that I can turn into a fucking whole ass podcast studio that's all super nice and decked out and shit.
Fuck yeah,
Then
dude.
have like a living room area down there that's just like a chill area for fucking guests or shit like that.
Yeah,
And then put my grow in the other room.
that'd be sick.
Right.
That'd be a nice little setup, dude. I got qualified for a house loan this year, but it's unrealistic. No matter what route I went to buy a house, it was still gonna be $2,000 a month, no matter what. No matter what, the cheapest, like I did okay. Do
But
a
that's
trailer.
almost the fucking cost of rent.
I know. So I did, like, I told my realtor, I'm like, all right, do the worst case scenario, a trailer home for $145,000 or less. What would things look like? $8,000 down at $2,000 a month. I was like,
But I mean, that's with $8,000 down. So what if you put like fucking 15 to 20 down?
yeah, I'm not prepared to do that.
Yeah, that's how I feel. That's how I feel.
Well, and just to do it in it, like, if I'm gonna do that, I want to do it on my dream house, you know, or like something I think I'm gonna live in and work on for the next 5 to 10 years and resell, you know.
See, that's what I was telling my brother, because he was trying to talk me out of buying a 5-bedroom house. He was all, "Oh, just buy a 2-bedroom house and build." I was all, "Dude, I don't want to fucking build. Like, building, A, costs money, and B, takes a lot of fucking time, dude."
Yeah, a lot more planning.
So I'd rather just buy a 5-bedroom and then build.
Yeah, yeah, I get that concept completely.
In like 5 years, though.
Yeah.
Build on it 5 years after I've already lived there.
Yeah, why not? That's a great way to go about it.
But the person I was talking to was telling me that I'd be looking at like 25 to 30,000 down.
Yeah, me too. The first time, a couple
And I was
years
just
ago,
like, "Damn, dude, are you for real?"
the first time I got a house loan, they wanted $30,000 down. I was like, "You're high."
I'd do it. Like, if I can get myself a 5-bedroom house, I'd drop 30 down on it.
Would you?
Yeah.
That'd be dope. You should, and you will. Sounds
Yeah.
like. So that's good.
That's at least my next 1-year plan. Like,
Okay, dope. That's sick. I'm rooting for
Yeah.
you. That's sick. I plan on being here for probably 3 years, and then when I turn 33, I'm bouncing.
yeah.
I'm gonna put as much work as I can into building, my reputation and my good deeds here in town, and hopefully have a big following and a lot of love so I can always come home to. But I really want to. I want to move out of here just to do it. Everybody in my family's left Montana at some point besides me. So.
Right. I don't know if I want to leave Montana, but I definitely want to go travel more.
Yeah,
I don't travel enough.
I have that feel too. I actually
Like I said, my last trip was like almost 2 years ago down to Vegas, and I'm like, fuck, dude, I do not travel enough.
I don't either.
I mean, I went to Cup Fest and Hemp Fest the last couple of years, but
Where were they?
they're up in Lolo.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, so they rent out the Lolo campground right across the street from the.
Yep, I know exactly where it is, bro.
And, yeah, so for all the way from the beginning of the campground all the way to the end of this horse pasture on the other side.
Yeah.
They have that booked for an entire week, and fucking it's just a fucking party.
Yes, I did the same thing for Pirate Party. Few years, 5 or 6. We don't do Pirate Party in Montana anymore, but they used to have it every year. It was an EDM festival, and yeah.
Oh, that's bad. You guys did it up there?
Yeah.
Oh,
dude,
I can only imagine for an
whole-
EDM festival.
in the trees and just.
Because
Oh
yeah,
my
this
God.
last year for Hemp Fest, they brought out the laser show.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, well, okay, so when I'm frying, I can't do lasers, so
Oh shit.
cool but not cool once
Yeah.
the mushrooms kicked in for me.
Yeah.
And but yeah, the second night they had them on the trees and everything was running through the trees and shit.
Yeah,
So, yeah, that was pretty dope.
It's so
though.
sick, bro. We used to go every year, but the first year was in Lolo, and it was the time of my life, dude. And I was just like, I was new to like frying and stuff, and the music and everything. I went with the girlfriend.
Dude,
the girl I
I've
was
never
dating,
been to a festival and fried.
Dude.
So when I fried at that festival for the first time, I was just like, bro, this is life. Like,
Yeah.
I need this in my life at least once a year. Just fry
took the
until
words
like
out of my-
3 or 4 in the fucking morning. Just
Yep.
face plant it, wake up, and fucking do it again
Yep.
for a week. Or at least like 4 days, I think it was. That was wild, bro.
That is wild.
It's the longest that everybody's all, bro, that's the longest I've ever seen somebody stare at a fire. I was all, dude, I was just frying balls.
Yeah.
I was so far gone, dude. I'm just sitting there.
Did you see the dispensary here in town that's selling mushroom gummies?
No.
Yeah, I just found out because my friend works there.
What one?
Nature's something nature. It's by
Nature's Fix.
Yes, Nature's Fix. Nature's Fix. Yeah.
That's a little sketch.
I did all the research on them. Like all the reviews said it was like legit, and like it's legal. It's completely legal. Yeah,
Interesting.
I know, because I was like, what?
I got some messages over here.
So, but yeah, all the reviews. There was only one bad review, and it was they clearly had a bad trip and told the whole world about it. It was kind of
They were
crazy.
inexperienced.
Yes, everybody else was like, "This is awesome."
Yeah.
Like they're very
The
potent.
first
Be
time
cool.
I ever did shrooms, bro. Most people would never do shrooms again after that. So my brother, being the fucking asshole he is, we eat an eighth each, and he has me shove the whole thing in my mouth. Bro, these fucking things taste like goddamn fucking shit. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, first time I had it.
gross,
Yeah,
bro.
I was young and did it with a
And
peanut
he's
butter
all,
sandwich.
you just gotta sit there and chew them, dude. I'll tell you when you can take a drink.
What?
The fucking asshole he is,
Oh
bro.
my god!
Makes me chew these shit-tasting mushrooms and just...
What is
I'm like, bro, these fucking taste like fucking shit. Like, this is the grossest shit I've ever fucking eaten. Can I take a drink yet? He's like, no, bro. Like, for real? Like, come on, can I please? He's like, yeah, I'm just fucking with you, bro. Oh, fuck you, dude. Go. Well, the next morning I fucking threw up.
Oh man, damn.
And it took me like 5 years to figure out that I'm not supposed to drink Mountain Dew while I'm fucking
Tripping.
eating mushrooms.
Yeah.
It didn't occur to me that there's so much citric acid in Mountain Dew that it's intensifying my mushroom trip to the point that I throw up.
Oh damn! Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So I like threw up every time I do mushrooms
That
because
would
I
suck.
I drink. Yeah, dude. And everybody's like, "Why do you keep doing them?" Because I love it. It's the best.
Yeah.
I just don't drink Mountain Dew anymore. Once I start eating them, I'm like, nope, no Mountain
Yeah.
Dew,
Nope.
just water.
That's good.
Because yeah, the citric acid will just intensify it, and I mean, yeah, that's badass. But then like
Not when your body says
after I
it's
fall
not.
asleep, I start to throw up.
Yeah.
But yeah, my first time I was laying there and I literally woke up and just oh man.
Oh, that's awful.
Worst.
Damn.
Worst. I went up front, took a shower, came back, and I looked at my bed and I was just like I cannot clean that up right now, man.
Dude, facts.
I had a futon mattress sitting on top of a queen size bed. I looked at that thing and I ain't fucking cleaning that up right now. I fucking crawled under the futon mattress, bro, and passed the fuck back out.
Good.
My brother wakes up. He had passed out in the chair across from me, and fucking, he's all, "What the fuck? Where'd Shann go? He couldn't find me anywhere, bro. He was tripping." I wake up later on and come fucking crawling out from underneath the mattress, and he fucking finds me finally and goes, "Dude, where the fuck you been? I've been freaking out this whole time." Like, I fucking threw up this morning and fucking didn't want to clean it up, so I crawled under the mattress. And he's all, "You crawled under the mattress?" So yeah, I didn't want to clean it up. I wanted to go back to bed. Oh, but all right, man. You want to share out your socials and how people
Yeah,
can
sure.
get a hold of you and shit?
Y'all can catch me on ChevyWalkerMusic.com. That's my official website. Facebook is, you can follow me on Chevy Walker, Chevy Walker Music on Instagram. I think Chevy Walker 94 on TikTok. I really just stick with Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat.
Right.
But I can't. TikTok is always. I don't know. I'm not. I don't know. Something about TikTok never resonated with me.
It never really resonated with me either.
Yeah, I try, but
It's for the kids.
I get told I make TikToks like old men, so. No, I was just. I was like, okay, I guess I'm just not in with the scene. No.
All right, she's got your website up right there. Nice, nice.
Thank you guys for having me on and putting me out. I appreciate that.
Hey, dude, we appreciate you coming on. So originally we were just like trying to get as many cannabis professionals on as we could.
Mm-hmm.
That was over the last first year of the show. And over the last couple of months we had been struggling with fucking getting guests on or getting guests to actually show up for their episode. And after our month break, I was all, dude, I'm done. Like, I'm done chasing fucking people.
Yeah, I would be too.
I'm going to have people I think are interesting on, people I actually want to fucking talk to.
Yeah.
So lately,
That's what podcasting is.
yeah, lately
really.
I haven't even really had a lot of cannabis professionals on. I've just had a bunch of fucking friends and fucking a lot of local artists have come on lately.
Have you ever talked to David who runs De La Soul
Yeah,
Buzz?
he was on probably about a year ago.
Oh, cool, dude. He seems pretty chill.
I'd have him on again, but I want to be in a new studio when I have him on. But I want to find out what the fuck he's got going on over here, because he just laid the fucking footings for a new foundation.
What he did?
Yeah. You didn't notice?
I don't know what the fuck he's doing. He's always doing something.
Yo, okay,
at the-
so no,
in the
okay,
middle of the
so
night and shit.
so you got the big building up top. That's the dispensary.
Oh, you're talking about David. I thought you were talking about the neighbor.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, he did. So, and our dog got out one day, and she was running back there. We were chasing after her. He like runs over. He's like, hey, you guys gotta leave. You guys gotta leave. You know, we've had people trespass and stuff. Like, it's not good. I was like, dude, we're just trying to get our dog. He's like, oh shit. He like opened the gate and like let us in, and we got her, which was cool. Thank God.
Right.
But he was super chill. He was like, yeah, I'm just building another building over here. I didn't really get into detail because I was in a
Yeah,
hurry.
so
but
no, he's got the dispensary up top.
yeah.
Then that farthest building is the grow.
Okay.
The house that was right there that they've been working on for the last couple months is going to be a bakery.
Cool.
And then I noticed that they fucking had flattened out the area right behind the grow. And I was all, bro, he's going to build something right there. I know it. And then I fucking seen that they fucking dug out a square. And I was all, watch, they're going to lay footings. And sure fucking enough, the other day I seen them lay footings. And then I seen the fucking foundation pads
poured?
that were ready to be all stood up and wired in and shit.
Damn.
So I was like, what the fuck is he building?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he's I don't know.
Yeah.
He's expanding
It
a lot.
took me like 2 months to figure out that was actually a bakery he was fucking remodeling that house into.
Is it gonna be a regular bakery or a pot bakery?
Pot bakery.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where they're gonna
He's
make
like-
all his edibles.
He's like building a little empire over here.
Fuck yeah, he is, dude. Literally
Yeah, I
building a
know.
little empire right there.
Yeah. Right behind our house.
Bought that massive chunk of land, and now he's just fucking throwing shit up.
Hey, if you
Fuck
got
it.
it like that, might as well.
Right?
That's cool.
I wish I could.
Me too.
Everybody keeps telling me I need to open a dispensary or.
That's what I
Shit
thought.
like
I
that.
thought you had a dispensary and you were like doing podcasts for it.
Nah. So I won't work for a dispensary unless I own it.
There you go. I like that.
Because and even when I own it, I feel like people are going to be like, oh, well, you're just biased. And I'm
Yeah.
going to be like, well, eat my ball sack.
Yeah, fuck you.
But I won't work for somebody else's dispensary and have people sit there and call me biased for that dispensary
Yeah.
while I'm doing cannabis podcast.
Okay.
So,
I get it. That's
and
cool.
to be honest, the fucking cannabis industry can get a little toxic at times, and
I've almost gotten into it twice. but
yeah, it would be cool. But like I said, if I don't own it, I don't want it.
Cool. I respect that. That's cool. You're gonna start your own empire.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Cool, man.
All right, man. Appreciate you coming on, dude.
Hell yeah, brother. Thanks for having me.
Have a great night, guys. I'll see you back here in the morning. Stay safe. Stay stoned. It's a little chilly out, so stay warm.
Have a good night.
Inhale the smoke, let it rise to the sky. Floating high, feeling so alive. Roll it up tight, spark it up bright. Leave your worries behind, take flight. We're riding on clouds, feeling so free. Lost in the haze, just you and me. Smoke in the air, we're in our zone. Living in the moment, never alone. Passing it round in a circle we go. Sharing stories, letting our minds flow. Time slows down in this tranquil state. Every thought bringing a new escape. We're riding on clouds, feeling so free. Lost in the haze, just you